Ray J. Ray J. What's really good, bruh? Yo, Ray J is out here tripping. I don't know if y'all would consider it tripping, but he doing a lot right now. Son has before I went to sleep last night, before I went to rest, I saw a video that was titled something like, I don't remember what the title was, but it was basically Ray J going in on Suge Knight. Then I don't even know if the pause is necessary, because what he was talking about was quite shocking. I must admit, like, what, quite left field, right? He basically said that all those months ago, those several months ago, when he got into it with Diddy's sons, because Diddy's sons felt some type of way about what Ray J said in, I don't know, I guess it was an interview or something, when he was talking about asses are being claimed, taken, and things of that nature. When Diddy's sons ran down on him and they almost had an issue because of that, he's saying that he wasn't talking about they dad. He was talking about Suge Knight. Excuse me? That's wild business. And, he was speaking about it in a very, I guess Suge said or did something that pissed him off or whatever. And he is speaking about this very matter of factly. Like, this is what happened. This is what I know. This ain't no speculation. This is what he's saying. This is not what Rock's saying. He's saying, this is what happened. This is what I know. I've seen it. All kinds of things. A lot of it is so pausey and freaky that I don't, I'm not going to repeat it. But it's out there. Just type in Ray J Suge Knight on your YouTubes, and I'm sure the pop-up is going to pop up. You know what I mean? Is it true? Of course I don't know, right? But what's interesting to me is Daz Dillinger, that nigga Daz of the Dog Pound, he been disrespecting Suge Knight for, I don't know, the better part of 10, 15 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. I lost count. I'm not sure how long it been since he been disrespecting Suge. Daz and Suge haven't had a good relationship in a very long time. And, for the most part, most of the Dog Pound, as as far as the naked eye can see. But but this is I don't like it overall. I just to say I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Ray J is saying that Suge is big time homosexual. You know what I'm saying? Saying that he been through all kind of wild, deviant activity. Oh yeah. To get back to my point I was making, shit almost was gone. Daz has been at odds with Suge for a very long time, and Daz never pulled that card. He never played that card. He never said that. He never said that about Suge. Not that I remember. If somebody can point me in a direction, or somebody could correct my memories, because that's all I'm really going from. I ain't get to type in nothing. But if somebody could tell me somewhere with Daz did say that, then that makes a difference. But I never heard Daz say that. I heard Daz say all kinds of things about him, but never that. So I don't know if that ain't, if that ain't true, then why is, if that ain't true, then Ray J is, I don't like it, B. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a terrible way to fight somebody. I do not, till this day, I still don't believe in fighting on the internet. It seems to be an extremely effective method of fighting for some of y'all. And that just ain't me, but I don't know, B. I met Ray J once when I worked with Daz, actually. When we did Brownsville of Long Beach on the Magnum Force album, Corrupt wasn't there, Daz was there. Corrupt just had some, just they were just, I always appreciated the way they worked at Death Row, or Death Row affiliates. I'm not sure it was even a Death Row thing anymore, but just, I mean, amongst their circle, you know, me and Ruck was sitting, me, Ruck, and my boy Doc Holliday, we in the studio over there, and I don't know, Corrupt name came up, and I guess me or Ruck, one of us, or Doc, or one of us was like, yo, if Corrupt was on the blah, 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 if we could have Dog Pound there helped us go. The nigga Dad's like, y'all want Corrupt on the song too? Because we just really just went to Dad's for the beat. Because we knew what a lot of people, didn't know then. I don't know if they know now, but or are just finding out right now, was that Daz did a lot of fire that people came, that Dre got credit for. You know what I mean? Dre would add his little additives and preserve. The way we understood it was like Daz would make the and not just Daz, the same thing with Scott Storch later on and all of that, but whatever. But like, they would make the beat. Then Dre would put his seasoning on it, and then now it's a Dre beat. He might mix it, or he might call in his percussionist, have him bang a cymbal on the jump off, and now it's a Dre beat. Kind of like what they was talking about with the big clothing scandal in China, where it's like your Fendi bags and all of that are not made in Italy, or wherever they said they're made in China. They just get shipped to Italy for for niggas to stick the label on it. So now it's made in Italy. Same kind of principle. But anyway, we knew that, and we figured, like, we knew that Daz had all that heat, right? So we hollered at Daz, and we got, we worked with him. Then, as we was chilling, as we was working, we mentioned we wanted a verse from him. Maybe Daz might have finessed us for all I know. A friendly finesse, not on the bullshit, you understand what I'm saying? But like, but either way, we went from us just getting a beat to us getting a verse from Daz. And then we started talking, somebody said something, and Daz was like, you trying to get Corrupt on it? And he just, all of a sudden, he just raised the levels on a couple of tracks, and basically Corrupt had laid some verses there just in case. You know what I'm saying? Corrupt was in town. Corrupt wasn't, he probably didn't live in Cali at that point, or he was on the move, but he came by and he laid down a few verses on a few beats, and Daz was able to go, hold on, you need, all right, boom, we had two Corrupt verses. Anyway, I took y'all on that long run on story just to say that in that studio session, Ray J was there. By the end of that studio session, or at some point of that studio session, it was wild niggas in there. Ray J was in there with his man. I don't remember his man name, but they was both in the studio. It was wild niggas. What's the Big Pippin was in the studio. Big Pippin thought Helter Skelter was Wu-Tang. He ain't know. I think it was Big Pippin. You know what I'm saying? He was a character, that used to be on some of the Snoop Dogg Pound albums. I believe it was him. Yeah, he thought Helter Skelter was some Wu-Tang niggas. He went in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when Doc and Trey D was really cracking jokes about guns and drugs. You know what I'm saying? Bugging on this whack rap from coast to coast. One out the real from both sides. Lincoln go for broke. No ass joke like Bucker Rock him. Long arms like Dowson. Yeah. I just looked around the room and I wrote that. But anyway, yeah, Ray J was there. I think Ray J is related to Snoop and Daz. I think Daz and Snoop are related, and Ray J is related to them too. And none of them really like Suge. Well, Snoop and Daz never really liked Suge. Ray J still had a relationship with him for a long time. You know, I guess it was a business relationship. They were cool, whatever. I don't know the extent of it all. But all I'm saying is, come on, B. This is wild. This is wild business. Word up. Come on. Welcome to the nation. Monster Nation, that is. I'm your host, tour guide, president of the King around here. I'm the landlord, owner, tenant, janitor. I'm out the damn floor. What you, if you don't follow the rules are you gotta like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. If you're trying to be a taxpaying citizen of the nation, leave us a super thanks. Or Cash App. We actually prefer the Cash App, but y'all do y'all. You know what I'm saying? Cash App tag going to be in the description along with the Bandcamp link, which is there for those of y'all who would rather hear me rap than to hear me yap. You know what I'm saying? There's a new mixtape there. It's called Nonviolent Rocco, Faye Band. So go get involved with that. But go also all of the mixtapes are there. All the way back to Shell Shock. There's a couple of mixtapes before Shell Shock. They're not there. You'll never hear those again. Not if I can help it. But anyway, upon writing on the walls in the nation, doing your graffiti, aka writing your comments, use your spell checks, not your autocorrects. Autocorrects will get your comments deleted from time to time because ain't nobody trying to see you spell helter skelter. You're confusing these people. It's helter skelter. It's an A and an H at the end of those words. It's monster, not monster. It's an A at the end of that, no ER. Understand what I'm saying? It's ROCK. Rock is ROCK. A lot of y'all like leaving off the K thinking y'all being cool. Y'all not. Understand what I'm saying? Unless you're a Crip. Crips get a pass. Understand what I'm saying? Because I understand y'all politics, but at least throw a little cuz or something in the comments so, you know, I could grant you clemency. You know what I mean? But everybody else, I want my K. A K is 1,000. I want all my thousands to be. You know what I'm saying? And for the love of all things decent, it's BCC, not BBC. Pause protesters, get your ass out of here. Then I wake up to an Instagram post containing Ray J telling Kai Cenat that he want to sleep with him, take a shower with him. It was weird, B. It was like, you know, it was a... He was talking to Kai Cenat on the live, and son was talking about something. Kai Cenat took a shower with some... It's weird. Ray J, what's good? What's happening? I don't like it. Anyway, somebody check on Ray J. Make sure he's good. So I don't know. I don't know what to think right now. Then when son be telling these stories, like son has a personality that I don't know if y'all see what I see when I see him talking. It's like he has a childlike innocence in his delivery when he's telling these stories, and you be like, but then he also has been like you almost believe him because of that, but then he's also been attached to so much tomfoolery, and you be like, nah, this nigga, he can't be serious. Nah. But anyway, if y'all made it to the end of this video, let me get four music notes. Rock on, rock on.